Scooby-Doo was an animated comedy television series that premiered in 1969 from the United States broadcasters. It ran for 3 good seasons with a total of 41 episodes, and today we shall have the honor of looking at a few of the characters who featured in the show, and everyone responsible for their voices 56 years later in 2025. Let's start with Velma Dinkley, who was one of the genius residents of Mystery Inc. She had a deep fascination with mysteries, and was very sharp and intelligent. In the show, she always lost her glasses every time the group went for quests, and would always start crawling on the floor until she found them. Another thing is that she was really afraid of clowns, and would sometimes hesitate to go anywhere near them even if she was surrounded by her friends. Her beautiful voice was offered by a talented lady named Nicole Jaffe, a retired Canadian actress and businesswoman who is now living her life surrounded by friends and family. Shaggy was another member of the Mystery Inc. and was also the owner and best friend of Scooby-Doo. Shaggy always behaved like a hippie, and his appetite was one for the books. He never missed any chance to eat anything edible he found along the way. He and his dog Scooby were very cowardly, and would be the first ones to run when danger appeared. He was voiced by the great Casey Kasem, who was an American DJ, a radio presenter, and an actor. This man sadly passed away on June 15, 2014 from sepsis complications at the blessed age of 82. The leader of the Mystery Inc. was called Freddy, who was the brave one in the squad. He was also the driver of the van, and was known to build overly complicated traps for villains. He was the level-headed fella who always kept the peace and sanity within the group, and it was the famous Frank Wendell Welker who voiced him, an American actor who began his voice acting career in his 20s, back in the 1960s. Daphne Blake was the sassy girl in the group. She loved fashion just as you'd expect a teenage girl to. She had the hourglass figure and red hair with purple shoes and a plastic purple headband and a green scarf, a dress code which she rocked every day. Even so, this girl was a black belt in karate, and she also knew how to survive on her own. She would pick locks with whatever she had. She was so flexible and could think quickly during fights, and was also very good in surfing. She was voiced by Heather North, who was an American actress that was married ever since 1971, and had been active in her acting ever since the early 60s. She sadly passed away on November 29, 2017 while suffering from acute bronchitis at the age of 71 years. The Puppet Master was actually the disguise of Pietro, who was seen creating mayhem at the Strand Theatre to scare people away from his counterfeiting operation. He was quiet and sneaky like a ninja, and the reason he was called the Puppet Master was because he could manipulate any type of puppets and use them as weapons. He was voiced by Vic Perrin, an American film actor and radio presenter who sadly passed away on the 4th of July, 1989 from complications of cancer at the age of 73. There was also this movie actress called Candy Mint, who was a young woman with long dusty brown hair and black eyes, and was seen in an episode where she appeared shocked when her life was at risk due to the ape man who was running free in town. She didn't have a huge role in the show, and it was Jean Vanderpyle who voiced her. She was an American voice actress who is also remembered for her voice of Wilma Flintstone in the original Flintstones series. This legend sadly passed away on April 10, 1999 from lung cancer at the blessed age of 79.